Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being present at the Masterclass, where we have Solalang Matibi, who is a previous alumni student, a BTech student, a class of 2013. Solalang has been in business for the last 7 years since finishing off her BTech. She is the founder of Black Marble Designs, and her Instagram handle is at Black Marble SA. She specializes in bridal and evening wear, and she has worked with Forbes Under 30 Under 30 alumni, and she has done some of our own, very own Hollywood stars, Tuso, Bedu, actresses Zola Nombona, Shishle Ndava, and musician Barita, to name a few of people that she has designed for. She won the Best Open Range Innovative in her 3rd year and has been featured on Forbes magazine. Okay, so now I'm going to hand you over, and if you want to read a lot about her, you can actually, I will send some information to you and I'll put it on the chat and you can find out more about her. But she will also speak a little bit about herself. So I'd like to welcome Solalang Matibi. Thank you, Solalang, for coming and joining us this evening to be with us, to share some of your invaluable knowledge that you've acquired over the last 7 years. Welcome, and I hand over to you.
Firstly, I would just like to say thank you to Rosemary for the invite. I feel so honored to be talking to you guys this evening. I hope you will be able to learn something from me tonight. And yeah, like she said, my name is Solalang Matibe and I'm the founder of Black Marble. And today I want to highlight mostly some of the mistakes that I made when I was starting out in business back in 2014. Okay, and the first biggest mistake that I think I made was not having a contract in place. And this is a mistake that a lot of us designers make even to this day, you know, and I've realized that through my experiences over the years, when I had the contract, which is like now, versus when I didn't have the contract, my experiences with my clients were very different. For example, when I didn't have a contract in place in the beginning, I would have clients come in, we would have a consultation, go through the design, agree on the design, fabrics and prices and everything. And then I would make the dress. When they come in for fittings, they want to add things and change things. And that is something that was not part of the initial agreement. And if you don't have a contract in place, in most cases, what you will do is you just want to satisfy the client and make them happy. So you will do whatever they expect of you, you know. And in most cases, they don't want to pay extra. They will want extra things, but they don't want to pay extra for them. And if you don't have a contract in place, there's nothing you can do really besides just like giving them what they want, you know. And now, since I've had a contract in place, I've actually had an incident where a client came in. We had an agreement on a design, fabrics, everything, and she signed the contract. And she read the terms and conditions on my contract as well. So I went, I bought fabric, and even before I bought the fabric, I called her, I showed her pictures. I'm like, log into WhatsApp. These are the pictures the fabrics that they have in store. Are you happy with them? And she was like, yeah, it's fine. You can buy them. I'm happy. I bought the fabric. When I got home, she calls me. She's like, you know what? I am a bit indecisive with regards to the design I went with. And I think I want to change the design. I'm like, okay, no, it's not a problem. Send me a picture of what you want, and then we'll take it from there. She sends a picture of a dress that is long and has lace, and obviously anything that has lace will always cost more than anything that doesn't have lace. You know, so I go back to her. I'm like, okay, for this design, the price will be way more than what you are paying for the previous one. And this is how much it is going to cost. She goes, she talks to the husband, she comes back to me, she's like, you know what, I think that is too expensive. I have someone who's doing my bridesmaids outfits, and he says he can do it for cheaper. Is it possible for me to get a refund? Number one, I already bought the fabric. How am I going to give you your refund? So I tell her, I'm like, you know what, this is the contract that you signed. Please read our refund policy. She read it and she was like, yo, you know what, if this is the refund policy, then it means I'm not going to get my full refund. So we might as well just continue with the initial agreement. So imagine if I didn't have a contract in place, I would have to refund her full deposit. So I think it's very important for us designers to have contracts in place before you even take on client work, guys. Please get a contract in place. And it doesn't have to be something that is done by a lawyer. I literally did my own contract and I just had a lawyer client of ours look at it and he was like, no, this is perfect. The only mistake that you are making is that you're telling your clients to just write the area in which they live in. They must write their full addresses. So that was the only mistake that I was making, but he approved the contract and was like, yeah, that is binding in a way. The reason why you need a contract, number one, it makes you look professional. And number two, everything is outlined in the contract and everybody knows what is expected of them. And for me, if I am late with a garment, let's say collection is on the 10th, and I don't let the client know by the 7th that I won't be able to meet the 10th, they will be liable to get 5% discount for every day that I'm late. So it also keeps me on my toes as well. You get what I mean? And then the next thing is that there's no he said, she said. Everything is written down on the contract. So yeah, if they come and they change something, you just refer them back to the contract to say, okay, this is what you signed for. If you want to change anything, I'm more than willing to do it, but it will be at your cost. Okay. And then the second thing that I didn't get right was the pricing strategy. Who, guys, you know, with pricing, it's a very tricky one because sometimes you will price a garment and you feel like, yo, I think I'm charging too much. But when you look at everything that you are spending your money on in order for you to fulfill this order, you realize that actually I'm not making much money here. Okay. So I would say include everything that you are, especially overheads, everything that you are going to be paying for in order for you to fulfill this order, included in your pricing. I used to make mistakes of not including the transport costs, my overheads. I mean, I need to service my machines at the end of the day. That is a cost and it falls under your overheads. If you're paying Wi-Fi for your business, that is an overhead that you need to include in your pricing. Things like your tax, if you are registered to pay that, include that in your pricing. Because if you don't, you will be paying it out of pocket. Okay. And I realized also in the beginning that sometimes I would undercharge myself. I mean, the clients, sometimes I would even overcharge them. So it's always nice to have like a formal pricing strategy that you work with literally every single client. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Fuel the Dream, Fuel the Dream. And I have outlined everything that you need to include in your pricing on the YouTube channel. So if you want to know more about that, you can head on over to my YouTube channel and check it out there. And even the contract as well is on the channel. I tell you everything that you can include on your contract as well. I literally go through my own contract with you guys, basically. So yeah, you check it out. And then the other thing that I didn't use to my advantage was collaborating with students within the campus when I had the chance to. So, you know, as a designer, you will probably need to have photo shoots someday. And we have photographers on campus, we have jewelry designers on campus, we have textile designers, makeup artists. I never used to network when I was on campus. So I would like to urge you guys to please use your networks on campus and use it to kind of grow your business, you know, because at the end of the day, when you are starting out, you basically need each other because it would be nice to leverage off of each other's clients or each other's networks. You get what I mean? So for example, I mean, you guys are in third year now and you're gonna need to do photo shoots for your open ranges. You can literally go to the photography department, talk to one of the students and tell them, you know what, this is what I need to do for my range. I need to have a shoot, but I cannot afford to pay you right now. Are you not by any chance in need of garments when you're doing your schoolwork, you know? And you can basically provide them with garments in exchange for them to send you professional pictures, right? And then with makeup artists as well, the same thing. Graphic designers, we have graphic designers on campus. You're going to need a logo to start your business. You can do a trade exchange. Tell them, dude, I cannot afford to pay you right now, but I can offer to make you an outfit in exchange for your service. Some people are more than willing to do that, others not. But in most cases, students and graduates are always open to those kind of things. So yeah, please make use of that. Someone's sound is
Can Machibi please put her sound off?
okay. So yeah, I would just like to encourage you guys to network. I encourage collaborations, so take advantage of that. And then the other thing is financial management. This is something that I'm still struggling with, even to this day, 7 years into business. It is not easy, but I'm still like trying to get there. It's totally like it has improved from when I started versus like now. So yeah, we're getting somewhere. But basically with finances, I would advise you to number one, important, get a business account. And don't ever let your clients pay you in cash. Let them pay into the business account because then it will be easier for you to track your finances. Whenever you go out and you buy fabric, you will be able to track that from your business account and your bank statements. Okay. And then don't ever use your business funds for personal use. Please don't go to Mr. Price and shop with your business account. Okay. That is not what the business account is for. It's meant for your business. I would advise you to rather pay yourself a salary. If you know that you need 5,000 Rand to survive each month and you can afford to pay yourself 5,000 Rand from your business account, rather do that because then you will be able to track your finances better. And then in terms of taxes, I would just say get a professional to do it, whether it's a recent graduate or a student. Usually they are able to file your taxes on your behalf and they understand how SARS works better than we do because we are creatives, you know, and things like running a business, doing admin, taxes, those are not things that we like or we enjoy doing. So I would just advise you to get someone who specializes in that to help you with it. Another thing that I would encourage you to do is maybe have a separate account for your taxes. So every time a client pays deposit, just take 15% and put it in an account so that when tax season comes, you already know you have your tax money sorted out. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble with us, and we don't need that, right? And then the last thing that I want to talk about is trying to do everything yourself. Guys, don't do that to yourself. You don't need to, okay? For example, with me personally, I know my strongest points lie in bridal wear and evening wear. So, for example, I would get a client who wants a suit. I won't turn them away just because I don't enjoy making suits. I will take the order, but I will outsource it. So if there's something that you don't enjoy doing, but you get a client that requests for it, you can always take that order and outsource it. I actually even encourage that. Instead of doing something that you don't enjoy, just rather give it to someone who can do it better than you even, you know? So yeah, don't try doing everything yourself. Even admin, you can get a student to do your admin for you. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. It's always better to focus on what you are good at doing, which is creating, you know? So yeah, I would generally just advise you to do that. And yeah, I think I'll stop here for tonight because I don't want to bombard you guys with too much information all in one go. But I usually post videos around topics around fashion. And if you're interested in that, you can definitely go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. It's called Fuel the Dream, Fuel, the Dream. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, I think I'm ready for your questions.